Hello, Lions, and welcome to Amazing Monday, March 18th. I'm Mr. Garcia, your assistant principal, and there is no other place that I'd rather be than right here in the sandbox with all of you teachers, students, and staff. This is a wonderful place to be, and I'm glad that we're all here together. Thank you, teachers, for getting your lunch count and attendance in. That's always very much appreciated. And thank you, PTC. And I'll get to thanking PTC, but first I wanted to explain. Last Thursday and Friday, we had Safe School Ambassadors training for a few staff members and about 30 students, and we were learning. It's an anti-bullying program, so we're looking at what are bullies doing, talking behind people's back, saying things to people directly, mean things just about them or to them. But it's just the sort of thing that a lot of people have to sit and watch that. It makes people uncomfortable. And we are learning as ambassadors, or you students are learning as ambassadors, what sorts of things you can do to help in those situations, okay? And so it was a very great program. And PTC, we're thankful to you, that's Parent Teacher Club, for buying all the lunches for the training for those 2 days with these fantastic sandwiches, with chips and Doritos and Cheetos and regular potato chips. There were drinks to be had with those. There was a cookie for, really, really nice cookies. So it was fantastic. That training was great. The lunches were great, and we're thankful for that opportunity. All right, let's go on. Wednesday, we're having West Coast Falconry doing 2 presentations. The first one is going to be at 8:30. That's going to be for first, second, third, and sixth graders, 8:30. And then there's going to be another one at 9:55, and that presentation is going to be for fourth and fifth graders. All right. Now, the Rainbow Color Run, this is also sponsored by our great PTC, our Parent Teacher Club. That's going to be next week on March 28th, but there's going to be more to come on that next week. Students, just keep in mind, though, that you are working to get all of your donations for that, okay, to get your swag and everything, raising a lot of money for that. So we thank you for that. Let's see. Now let's talk about some roar cards. Okay, first one is for little Antonio and Mrs. Adamson's class. Antonio was honest today when it wasn't easy. Heart, Mrs. Adamson, you know what? There's a whole story behind that, Antonio, and you were the man who was, chief in that story. Next one is for Maddie and Mrs. Carlson's class. Maddie, thank you for being responsible and kind to your classmates. You help others pick up without being asked. You are an asset to the class. Heart, Mrs. Carlson, great job. You got a smiley face and a heart there, Maddie. Very proud of you. And Naya, Mrs. Carlson's class. And Naya, thank you for always walking to Mrs. Cook's room, even when your other groups run, even when others in your group run. So great job. And Naya, you are setting the example. Those of you in that group, make sure you're walking. That's the way you're supposed to be going. But Anaya, you are a standout. You have a smiley face and a heart from Mrs. Carlson, showing that you're cared for and loved. Henna in Mrs. Messick's class. Henna is an amazing student. She is learning English and constantly surprising me with how much she knows. Great job, Henna. You got a heart there from Mrs. Messick. Proud of you. Brian in Mrs. Messick's class. He loves to challenge himself and help others any chance he has. Heart, Mrs. M. Let's see, our next student. Let's see, who can this be? Ryland. He always pays attention in class and gives great answers. He's very studious. He's a great helper to his classmates. Heart, Mrs. Adamson. Wow, look at these. Couple more. Sienna in Mr. Nieves' class. Sienna was super responsible and brave. Key word there, be brave. She stood up for a student who was being bullied. You know what? You are a little Safe School ambassador there, Sienna. This is exactly what the training was that we just went through Thursday and Friday. It was standing up for somebody who's being bullied. And there's nice ways to do that. And I'm sure yours was a nice way, Sienna. I can't tell you how super proud I am of you. How proud I am of you. Great job. And thank you, Mr. Nieves, for recognizing her. And what a timely example. Alondra in Mr. Nieves' class, she is always helpful and honest. She's an amazing girl and is an awesome role model. Wow, these things are great. Alondra, so proud of you too. All right, let's see. We're on to the 3 keys to PBIS, to our Positive Behavior School, okay? What are the 3 things, Vines? 1, 2, 3. Respectful, responsible, Safe. All right, very good. Okay, so we talked about saying hello, and remember, you can, in sticking up for somebody, you don't have to face the bully and say, why don't you not say that to them? You could say something nice to the person who was the victim. Okay, so sometimes when somebody gets picked on, they're the victim. They've been picked on. They've been put down. You can say something to put them up. Hey, you know what? You're really good in my class. I really like how you are in school. I like that I don't know, you always walk where you're supposed to be walking, like Anaya did. Something along those lines. You could just say something nice to the person. Hey, you want to go play with me? Hey, you want to go play over there? You can do something like that. That is being a safe school ambassador. And that is non-threatening. You don't have to be confrontational. That is just a nice way to handle that. And Lions, you can do that, okay? All right, very good. Let's look at our birthdays for today. Today being the 18th. So, Yamesia Mitchell. She is a 5-year-old TK in Mrs. Anderson's class. And Anthony Rodriguez. Anthony is a 13-year-old 6th grader in Mrs. Magana's class. Happiest of birthdays to you two, both of you. All right, very good. And today is a staff birthday, our own Diane Lopez. She's been a yard duty for a good long time. We're very thankful for her. She's been out for a little while, but she is on our staff list of birthdays. So we want to wish a happiest birthday to Diane. So very good. All right, let's take a look at our lunch for today. Today being the 18th. Grilled ham and cheese sandwich. Wow, I understand that that's Gruyere, and that the ham was what was it? Where was that from? It's someplace up in Chico. There's a farm out there. It's actually the one of the last, what do you call, Spanish land grants. It's like this big 14,000 acre land grant, and they raise pigs out there. Can't remember what the name of it is, but anyhow, I think that's where the ham and cheese is coming from, as well as the the great cheese and the Gruyere cheese on that. Okay, let's see. On to a joke. What do you call a fake noodle? A fake noodle. An impasta. All right, everybody, let's stand for the flag salute. Hats off, hoods off. Facing the flag, straight and tall, hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, everybody, there you go. Be here every day, everybody. Don't miss school, because when you miss school, you miss out. Right. Very good, everybody. And remember, give us your best, 100%. And remember, the world is a different place. The world is a better place because you're in it. So have a great day, Lions, and we'll see you around.